In the face of recent global events, it's become clear that being prepared isn't just smart, it's necessary. We've all seen the headlines, the unexpected crises that sweep in and change lives in an instant. Maybe it's a natural disaster, a financial downturn, or a global pandemic. In times like these, having a stockpile of critical supplies can mean the difference between just surviving and living comfortably. We're not talking about building a doomsday bunker here, but rather creating a safety net. A stash of essentials that can help you and your loved ones stay safe, healthy, and well-fed no matter what comes your way. From food and water to medical supplies and emergency tools, we'll be breaking down everything you need to know. So buckle up because we're diving into the critical supplies you need to stockpile before the next crisis. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more prepping and survival tips. First on the list is food, and not just any food, but food that can last you a long time. You see, when it comes to survival, it's not about gourmet meals, but about sustaining life. A long-term food supply is your ticket to survival in emergencies. Now, let's talk about what kind of food we're dealing with here. Non-perishable foods are the name of the game. These are foods that can be safely stored at room temperature for a long period. Think canned goods, rice, pasta, and freeze-dried meals. They're compact, easy to store, and can provide the energy you need to keep going. But remember, it's not just about hoarding cans and bags of rice. It's also about how you store them. Proper storage is key to maximizing shelf life. Keep your food in a cool, dry place, away from sunlight. Make sure your cans are not dented or rusted, as these can be signs of botulism, a potentially deadly food poisoning. And here's a pro tip. Rotate your food supply. Use the oldest items first and replace them with new ones. This way, your food supply remains fresh and safe to eat. Remember, a well-fed survivalist is a prepared survivalist. So start building your long-term food supply today, because when the next crisis hits, and it will, you'll be ready. Next up is water. We all know we can't live without it, but how much do you really need? Let's dive right in. In a crisis situation, water is not just for drinking. It's for cooking, cleaning, and hygiene too. So how much should you stockpile? The general rule of thumb is 1 gallon per person per day. For a family of 4, that's 4 gallons a day. Over 2 weeks, you're looking at 56 gallons. Sounds like a lot, right? But remember, this isn't just for drinking. Now, storing that much water might not be feasible for everyone. That's where water filtration and purification come into play. Water filters, like those found in some water bottles or standalone units, can remove bacteria and parasites from water sources. They're portable, easy to use, and crucial in an emergency situation. But what if you're out of filters? Well, there are other options. Purification tablets can kill most bacteria and viruses, and they're lightweight and easy to store. Boiling water is another effective method. It's old school, but it works. Just make sure to let the water boil for at least 1 full minute to kill off any nasties. So there you have it. Whether it's stockpiling bottled water, investing in a good water filter, or knowing how to purify water in a pinch, being prepared means ensuring you have access to clean, safe water, no matter the circumstance. Water is life. Make sure you have enough of it. In a crisis, medical help might not be readily available. That's why you need to have your own medical supplies. Now, when we say medical supplies, we're not just talking about a box of Band-Aids and some aspirin. We're talking about a comprehensive first aid kit, one that includes items like antiseptic wipes, tweezers, medical tape, and gauze. You'll also want to have a variety of over-the-counter medications for common ailments like colds, allergies, fevers, and stomach issues. But don't forget about prescription medications. If you or a family member rely on certain medicines, make sure to have an emergency supply on hand. It's also wise to stock up on vitamins and supplements to boost your immune system. Now, organizing and maintaining these supplies is crucial. Keep them in a cool, dry place and regularly check the expiration dates. Replace any expired items promptly to ensure their effectiveness. But remember, having the supplies is only half the battle. You also need to know how to use them. A basic understanding of first aid can be a lifesaver when professional medical help isn't immediately available. Consider taking a first aid course or at least familiarizing yourself with basic procedures. In summary, a well-stocked and well-maintained medical kit paired with some basic first aid knowledge can make a world of difference in a crisis situation. Stay safe, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay prepared. Hygiene is often overlooked in survival situations, but it's vital to staying healthy. In a crisis, maintaining personal cleanliness can prevent the spread of diseases and infections, keeping you and those around you in better shape to face whatever challenges come your way. Now let's talk about some essential hygiene items you should have in your stockpile. First up, we have soap. Good old-fashioned bar soap is inexpensive, long-lasting, and can be used for washing both your body and your clothes. Next, hand sanitizer. It's an excellent quick fix when water is scarce. Don't forget toilet paper, something many of us take for granted until we don't have it. And of course, feminine hygiene products are a must-have for the ladies. But remember, in a prolonged crisis, these items can run out. So it's important to know some hygiene hacks. For example, did you know that baking soda can be used as a substitute for toothpaste, deodorant, and even shampoo? Or that you can make your own hand sanitizer with just rubbing alcohol and aloe vera gel. Even in the toughest of times, small comforts like being clean can make a world of difference, boosting morale and keeping spirits high. So don't skimp on the soap and sanitizer when you're preparing your emergency supplies. Remember, cleanliness is not just about comfort, it's about survival. Tools and equipment can be your best friends in a crisis. Let's look at some essentials. When it comes to emergency tools, the name of the game is versatility. A multi-tool, for instance, is compact yet packed with functions that can prove invaluable when you're in a pinch. It's like having a toolbox in your pocket. Next up, we have flashlights and batteries. Never underestimate the power of light in a dark situation. Whether you're navigating through a blackout or signaling for help, a reliable flashlight can be a literal lifesaver. And remember, for every flashlight, there should be a good supply of batteries. Let's talk about duct tape. Yes, you heard it right. This sticky savior is incredibly versatile. From fixing leaks to creating makeshift tools, the uses of duct tape in emergencies are countless. And we can't forget about fire-starting tools. Whether it's for warmth, cooking, or signaling, the ability to start a fire is fundamental in survival situations. Matches, lighters, or even a fire striker, pick what suits you best. But having all these tools won't do you much good if you can't find them when you need them. So stay organized. Keep your tools in a designated, easily accessible place and make sure everyone in your household knows where that is. When the going gets tough, the tough get their tools. Shelter and warmth are essential to survival, especially in harsh conditions. Let's talk about why that's so important. Imagine you're caught in a sudden snowstorm or you're forced to evacuate your home due to a natural disaster. In these scenarios, having a reliable shelter can mean the difference between life and death. It provides protection from the elements and a sense of security that is crucial in a crisis. Now, let's discuss some items you should consider stockpiling. A good quality tent can serve as a portable home, while a durable sleeping bag can provide warmth and comfort in the coldest conditions. Blankets are versatile, as they not only offer warmth, but can also be used for makeshift shelters or even signaling for help. Portable heaters can be a lifesaver. Just remember to use them safely to avoid any fire hazards. Preparation is key. Think about the different scenarios you might face and plan accordingly. If you live in a region prone to earthquakes, consider a sturdy, collapsible shelter that can withstand aftershocks. If you're in a colder climate, focus on items that offer superior insulation. Remember, surviving a crisis is not just about enduring the immediate aftermath, but also about maintaining your well-being in the long run. Ensuring you have adequate shelter and warmth is a crucial part of that. Stay warm, stay dry, and stay alive. In a crisis, being able to communicate and receive information is crucial. A power outage or a downed cell tower can cut off our usual lines of communication. That's where having alternative communication devices becomes a lifesaver. Radios, for instance, are a tried and true method of staying informed. A battery-operated or hand-crank AM/FM radio can keep you connected to local news and weather updates. For more direct communication, walkie-talkies can be invaluable. They work over a range of miles and don't rely on cell towers or internet connections. Now imagine your phone's battery is about to die, and you have no power to charge it. That's where a backup power source, like a solar or hand crank charger, comes into play. These devices can keep your phone and other critical electronics running when the power grid is down. But remember, these devices are only as good as their power source. Always have a stockpile of the appropriate batteries and check them regularly to make sure they're still good. For devices like walkie-talkies, learn how to use them properly before a crisis hits. Know the range, how to switch channels, and how to conserve battery life. And most importantly, keep these devices somewhere easily accessible. In an emergency, you won't have time to dig through a basement or attic to find them. Stay connected, stay informed, and stay ahead. Money might not buy happiness, but it sure can help in a crisis. In the midst of an emergency, having a financial cushion can make a world of difference. It can mean the ability to buy that extra can of beans, replace a broken tool, or even evacuate to a safer location if need be. Now, when we say financial preparedness, we're not talking about hoarding gold bars under your bed. We're talking about having a solid emergency fund. This is a cache of money set aside to cover unexpected expenses. Think of it as your financial first aid kit. Start by saving small, consistent amounts. Over time, these can add up to a substantial safety net. But what good is money if you can't access it, right? So here's a pro tip. Always keep some cash on hand. In situations where digital transactions are down, cold hard cash can be a lifesaver. Lastly, safeguard your important financial documents. This includes deeds, insurance policies, identification papers, and the like. Consider keeping them in a fireproof and waterproof safe. Or better yet, store digital copies in a secure cloud service. This way you can access them anytime, anywhere. Remember, being prepared isn't just about having supplies, it's also about being financially ready to face whatever comes your way. In a crisis, every penny counts. We've covered a lot today, but remember, preparedness is a journey, not a destination. We've discussed the importance of long-term food storage, ensuring that we have enough to sustain us through any crisis. We've delved into the necessity of a reliable water supply and the various methods of purification. We've highlighted the crucial role of medical supplies and the value of a basic understanding of first aid. We've underscored the significance of personal hygiene items, the tools and equipment needed in emergencies, and the need for adequate shelter and warmth. We've also touched on communication devices to keep us informed and connected. And lastly, the essential aspect of being financially prepared. Each one of these categories is a critical piece of the puzzle that is preparedness. So don't wait until the 11th hour. Start gathering these supplies today. Start today, because tomorrow might be too late. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We've got a whole library of videos to help you prepare for whatever life throws your way. From mastering the art of canning to building a DIY water filtration system. And if you're really serious about getting prepared, consider becoming a channel member. Our members get access to exclusive content, interactive live streams, and a community of like-minded individuals who are all about helping each other stay prepared. And don't forget to share your own tips and experiences down in the comments. Your insights could be the very piece of wisdom someone else needs to hear. As we've learned today, preparation is key, and it's a journey we're all on together. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay prepared.